They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I like to say stronkness is kind of like Transformers. It's more than what meets the eye. I may not look like the stronkest person you know. Heck, I might not even look strong at all to you. But what if I told you I could squat 405 pounds, no problem?
Stay tight. Too easy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't know I could do that. And if you guys want to see more workout videos, I'll leave the links down to my Instagram and my coach's Instagram. Go ahead and follow it. Nothing but strong there. Being underrated is something that I dwell in. And these decks are no different. I feel that at any given time, these decks can compete with some of the top decks of the meta. And in this video, we're going to be talking all about them. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then make sure you destroy that subscribe button, but also be sure to hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. So without further ado, I present to you the most underrated decks for this format. I think the biggest benefactor from the Chaos Impact set is the Marincess archetype. It got consistency in Marincess Blue Tail, and now it can be a deck that is viable for this format. I know players like to look at the OCG for reference on what will be competitive in the TCG, and in that regard, Marincess hasn't done too hot. But we're in a completely different Yu-Gi-Oh card game than the OCG. They have Harpies Feather Duster. That can be huge against back row heavy decks. Being able to have a searchable infinite impermanence in Marincess Wave can be the critical point. I'm not even going to talk about how the Marincess cards are just overall busted in their own right, and the fact that they can be link summoned using water monsters. Marincess also has access to Totally Awesome to be able to negate your opponent's card effects and snatch them for your own. I think Marincess are stupid good in this format. You guys should definitely check them out before it's too late. Now, what kind of list would this be if I didn't include Dino? Dino is just an awesome deck. It's splashable, it's searchable, and it has the answers to most meta decks. Cards like Lost World will give your opponent a token, and a lot of times you would think that that's to your disadvantage. But while your opponent controls that token, they can't target cards on their side of the field, or any side of the field for that matter. You also have monsters like Ultimate Conductor TYRANNO, which can prevent your opponent from going into those huge link plays by flipping them face down, or just completely break a board by himself. He can attack every single one of your opponent's monsters. As long as our soul-eating boy exists, the deck will always have consistency. Being able to have this card as well as Fossil Dig, you have access to all of your Dino cards. Miscellaneousaurus gives you protection during your main phase. The deck is devastating. The thing that I love the most about this deck is that it isn't just a Lost World variant that can be competitive. You have your True King and SHADDOLL dinosaur decks that are extremely good into this meta. If you say that dinos aren't competitive in 2019, I would say you dino what you're talking about. Okay, that was pretty bad. I'll stop. Speaking of good standalone decks that can also be very good hybrids, SHADDOLL sits upon the top of the list when it comes to that category. El SHADDOLL Constructor 3 was a huge boost for the SHADDOLL strategy. Now you can play cards like Artifacts to be able to stymie your opponent's advances and also perform a damage juggler to be able to forward your own. I feel that since every fusion monster for the deck is amazing, except for Wendigo. Don't play Wendigo. Just hope that there's no wind archetypes that come out that are really good. The deck uses Super Poly the best, being able to fuse your opponent's cards with your SHADDOLL monsters to be able to summon some of the most powerful fusion monsters in the game. Grista to prevent special summons, Shekinaga to prevent special summons, Anoyatilis to prevent special summons. Yeah, that's kind of oppressive. SHADDOLLs can be really powerful in their own anti-meta form, or if you try to mix it up in a hybrid deck. We haven't even talked about how El SHADDOLL Fusion allows you to fusion summon any one of your monsters from your extra deck to your side of the field for free, as well as being a double Foolish Burial from cards for your deck to the graveyard. Altergeist were one of those strategies that started off really strong at the beginning of last format. I really don't see that changing this time around. Altergeist is a back row heavy deck that gains advantage over activating and disrupting your opponent. Multi-Faker is at 1, but being able to special summon it to your side of the field and bounce it back to your hand with Silquitos is still good. And as long as we keep getting trap cards that will disrupt the opponent, Altergeist will always be there. I really do think that this deck is very powerful. It just takes some dedicated players to actually commit to the strategy. Don't sleep on Altergeist. It didn't get any support from the Chaos Impact set that I could see, but it's still extremely good in this format. Moving back towards the Chaos Impact set, normally we only get one good strategy that would be just amazing. This time, I think we get at least two. Unchained seems like it has tons of potential. It seems like the chains were bought off of the archetype. Okay, I should be ashamed of myself. Now, on the surface, the Unchained cards do look terribly okay, but in actuality, Unchained is an unfinished deck that works well right now. You can mix it with the True Draco strategy using cards like Dragonic Diagram or True Draco Apocalypse to destroy your Unchained cards. And since you can only special summon Fiend Claws is in effect, you kind of don't care because, you know, you don't special summon. Being able to play an Evil Eye version, which means on your turn you have to destroy your own cards, comes in handy because you can still destroy your Unchained cards. And seeing that they're all Fiend monsters, you can kind of just play the deck for free. I think when you combine the feature that this deck can link summon on your opponent's turn using your opponent's cards, it's just too strong. That's deadly. Fiends are on the rise, and Unchained is the start of what is to become. I think that this deck has tons of potential, and even right now can be an underrated strategy. Orcus Cyber Dragon at a time was considered the best Orcus variant, but with the hit of Nightmare Mermaid, the build becomes a little bit harder to play. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but pure Cyber Dragons still have everything going for them. Cyber Dragon Infinity snatches any Link monster face up on the field. It also can negate the activations of your opponent's card effects. You also have Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, which allows you to use your opponent's monsters in their extra monster zone for your own summons. You combine that with Fortress Dragon against machine decks. This deck can be a terror. Cyber Dragon is amazing at going second, being able to special summon monsters like Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, destroy your opponent's spell and trap cards, and be able to attack multiple times. The deck is really good at finishing the opponent off and is a strong viable option coming into this format. Burning Abyss. You know why we here, boys! You know why we here, boy! It's the new Granite Gallant card, which allows you to add your block dragon from your deck to your hand. I am stupid excited about this card. It even allows you to add Rock Boy Nibiru, but who really cares about Rock Boy Nibiru when you can add a Dragon Ruler from your deck to your hand in Block Boy? Burning Abyss got a lot more powerful with that, but I wouldn't sleep on MIMICKURIL too, being able to special summon any monster from your deck to your side of the field if you are playing a Sekka's version. Burning Abyss has access to BORRELSWORD Dragon going second. Going first, it can set up a really nasty Fossil Dynapachi Cephalo lock with an Abyss Dweller, a Crusadia Mekk-Knight Avermax, and of course, your Block Boy. I think Granite Gallant is a huge boost for Earth Burning Abyss. You guys might even see it in your top tables. The last strategy is the column abusing, everybody's been rooting for, Mekk-Knights. Now, Mekk-Knight is a strategy that has been good for quite some time. I feel that people have not paid it respect because it is a column-based strategy. Well, the thing about column-based strategies in 2019 is that your opponent has to commit cards to columns some way, somehow. And this is where Mekk-Knights take advantage. This deck is stupid good. Even with the loss of Nightmare Mermaid and Ibly, it can still create some locks, still place a plethora of monsters to your side of the field, and dominate the opponent. The deck does have hybrid strategies in Mekk-Knight and in SHADDOLL, so you can see multiple variants of the strategy. Well, that's pretty much it for the October 2019 underrated decks of the format. I want you guys to post down below in the comment section what decks did I miss? What do you think about this list? Also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am. Hey guys, if you were looking to win a free trip to Tokyo, that's right, a free trip. Konami is actually giving one out. All you have to do is follow the instructions down below in the description. I hope you guys are having a really good day. Also, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.